had to listen to the whole song there. Welcome to Belgium and Russia. It's really shocking to try and process what's just happened, and all I can say is the show must go on. What we've got right now is that we've got two matches playing back to back, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch between them, and I'll just go from there. And in fact, what I might as well do now, I might as well watch the Finland match before Belgium starts. We've got 34 minutes until the end. Oh man, and I'm lost for words. I'm honestly lost for words. That's all I can say. I wish I could say my piece on it. I've tweeted about this. I've shared. I've retweeted what other people have had to say as well. And quite frankly, I can't even get the images I saw out of my mind. And that's not in a bad way for me trying to discredit Ericsson, the whole situation in general. It's the coverage that was shown. And, you know, whilst I was taking this as a time off just to spend time with family, and that situation was heavily shocking. It was. You know, it got me a time to realise just how short life is. It really is. And I know I'm speaking like he's died. He's not died. Thankfully, it looks like he's recovered, which is amazing news. I can't even tell you amazing news, because in that moment, a good majority of people wouldn't be able to go out from that. And a lot of people trying to narrow down what he's got. And, you know, what happened is that he clearly had some form of cardiac arrest. But, Denmark in the box there. He had a cardiac arrest, but, Denmark hitting the target, not hitting the target once again. But it's clear that some people just have this. It really is. When you are fit and a very young person in general, you know, this could happen to even people younger than me. Just sometimes there's this sudden death. It's not like a syndrome. It's something that is a thing. It has happened before. Of course, Fabrice Muamba 10 years ago. Very scary coincidence there. But it has happened, and a lot of the time when this does happen, people don't make out of it. And knowing how people took to Ericsson for what an incredible play was. It's gone in! Finland have just scored. Wow. Finland have just taken the lead against Denmark. Oh my God. I think I think Schmeichel should have kept it out. But Finland have just scored. It's a big goal for Finland. But this is a heartbreaking goal for Denmark. It's literally Finland's first shot and their first shot on target. It's a cross. What a header. It's a brilliant header. And I'm happy in terms of them being my sweepstake. But I feel so sorry for those Danish players. How on earth they can even muster the courage to play again. I mean, Schmeichel will be saving that any day, but it goes straight through it. It will go straight through him. That doesn't happen, you know, and you can only feel sorry for Denmark in this situation. They've conceded a goal, and Schmeichel would save that. He would save that any other day, but it's a really incredibly shocking and sad situation. Like, I'm doing what I can not to try and show weakness or whatever. But what's really been really evident is that I've had a tough week myself, and what's been going on, it has been tough as well for everyone. We knew the news of Sir Kipster And I even feel bad for not even speaking about it sooner. But I heard the news of him passing away, I think it was 2 days ago now. And unbelievable bravery. And it's one of those examples of tragic heart conditions and people can't get out of it. And I think what Alex Scott said in BBC Sports summed it up absolutely perfectly. If you've not told any of your family that you love them, do it. Just do it, because I couldn't even tell you if that was me and hadn't said that I hadn't said I love you to my mum or my dad or any of my brothers. I couldn't even bear the thought. I didn't think I was going to get emotional. Oh my God. But it just, in that moment, the whole family was shocked. My mother couldn't believe what she saw. My brother, huge football fan, was visibly sick. I was in a numb state, knowing that this man, knowing for what a character he is, and being an unbelievable servant for Denmark, an unbelievable player. You know, I remember him scoring a stunning goal against Chelsea, and it's just, it was honestly, he was dropped dead. He was gone. But what the Danish medical team did to him was incredible, inspirational to say the least. They brought him back to life. And just like that, we nearly lost him. We nearly did. Cole, it's 3 minutes till Belgium and Russia, and I've not spoken about it yet. It is a keeper blunder, I agree with you. Yeah, it honestly, Schmeichel, you know, any other day would have been making that mistake. But a lot of us were confused. You know, I thought he may have been concussed, but it wasn't. He received a ball from a throw-in and fell to the floor. And just like that, he dropped dead. He was literally dropping dead on the floor. Had a seizure about it. He did not know what he was. And the medical team had to bloody CPR him and defibrillate him and all of that. And we saw all of it. And why on earth did we see his wife in distress as well? It's awful. Schmeichel had to go over her, try and cover her away from the cameras, just to give her a bit of bloody privacy. I couldn't even imagine it. Just how on earth would you even feel that you can show that? Whilst the rarity of his situation is massive, I get that. It doesn't give you an excuse to earn clicks, money from posts, and to just broadcast it. And in England, what we should have done is cut away from that. How on earth we saw all that coverage for a good, I would say, 20 to 30 minutes of a medical team trying to bring someone back to life? How on earth did we even have the access of seeing Eriksen drop dead but then being brought back to life? I don't even know why we even saw that. Props to Denmark and the rest. They made sure that Eriksen was covered. Yeah, they had to. I mean, how couldn't they? Why wouldn't they in that situation? Yeah. Any other day and Taylor misses, that could... Yeah, honestly, any other day, any other player, that could have been him gone like that. It was honestly tantalisingly close. Very close. There was a lot I was thinking he was gone. There was. I was honestly, I was quietly confident that he could get out of this, knowing how fit he was. But deep down I knew that the fact is, it's so shocking. He might retire after Muamba did. He most definitely won't play a single game for Euro 2020. And it's going to be very intriguing to know what he does next. He might retire. He might. Problem is, Muamba, I don't know, how old was he when he collapsed? I can't remember how old he was. But Eriksen's 29 now. And you'd say he's got a couple of years left in him. Right, by the way, Belgium's just started. I completely forgot to change the channel. Right, we need to watch Belgium-Russia. Let's get the timer going, and I'll respond to comments in a minute. It's just been so hard. I've had it tough this week, and that right there, honestly, has almost tipped everything over the edge. Right, there we go. Where's the timer? It's there. There we go. Hopefully he won't retire, but he won't be playing the next 12 months. For certain he won't be playing in this tournament again. There's absolutely no way. He may still be in hospital by the time this tournament's over, if it's as serious as it is. If he retires, at least he's won a league. Exactly with Italy, and that'll be a really nice way for him, actually. You know, it's good he's had a move away. It's good he's won a trophy. And he's a really special player. He really is. And I sound like that he's died. I know he hasn't died. It's very confident that he can get out of this. Obviously, there could be complications. We don't know the full extent of his medical condition. But just seeing that unfold with him dropping dead as quickly as that. Honestly, if the medical team weren't as quick as they were, he would have most definitely have been gone within a couple minutes. Because he's seizured, and when you're in that seizure state, it only takes you to stop from that seizure to know that getting that person back is irrecoverable. By that time, the medical team were all around him, but the fact is the camera saw it, and it made all of us seem so uncomfortable. Like, my bloody youngest brother was watching this game, and this was pre-Watershed, and I know I'm probably sounding like I'm moaning of the littlest thing, but how on earth we saw all of that and it didn't get cut away? Like, I think back to Jimenez's situation when he had his head unfortunately cracked open. Sky were perfect. They pulled it away and didn't show a single ounce of him getting treatment or whatever, because it was devastating. But BBC, I can't even know. I know it's not them. It's, you know, they've not broadcasting it, but they had the control to cut it out, and they didn't, and that is what I'm really angry and upset about. It's difficult to know in these situations. It is, because he was a really fit player, you know, fantastic, talented player, but he dropped down so quickly there. You know, a lot of people saying, you know, it was exhaustion of players playing so many games this season due to the COVID schedule. A lot of players had that, and there's been a lot more injuries this season as a result of it. But I don't think that's the problem. Personally, it's just... the only positive is that this doesn't happen often, but most definitely, I think, medical-wise, you know, players need to get more examined. They need to be checked more, way more. They need to be. It would have been tragic. It really could have been one of the saddest days of football. You know, we've had a couple of tragic situations before, but in terms of a live situation that was so tragic, you know, this would have almost been as tragic as Hillsborough. And that's not me trying to write a headline or try and sound dramatic, but football has had its real downs and real dramatic moments in terms of live action moments. Muamba could have been it, but thankfully he was saved, and it looks like Eriksson has been saved as well. But had he gone... Jeez. Had he gone, it would have literally been my modern version of seeing Hillsborough. You know, I was not born when Hillsborough was around. It was a bit before my time. But seeing documentaries, I can only sympathise for how bad it was. And it's just mentally, I don't think any of us were ready for that, you know. And we can only hope and pray that he's in full recovery. He may not play football again, but he'll definitely have a big legacy. This is similar to Emiliano Sala. Yeah, this was outside of football, but the stories going around is quite similar. It's not fair in Denmark. They might finish fourth. Yeah, that's what I said. When Finland scored, you know, I would celebrate with them being my sweepstake, but I can't. I can't. How can you? Just... I said when Schmeichel conceded that goal, any other game and any other day he'd save that. But it's clear, and this would happen to the other players as well, is that mentally they're not right. And that's not fair. It really is not fair. Unless the Danish players fundamentally agreed to this, then you might not feel that. But if they had no say, how can they play? You know, even if they play tomorrow, is it really the end of the world with broadcasting if they did this tomorrow? You know, right now, God knows what's going through their minds. God knows. I can only sympathise with them, to be honest with you. You know, I would look at this if I was playing football and one of my friends, that one of my friends was dropping down with a heart attack and not knowing if he was going to survive. I couldn't. I would literally would have to sob. Because what can you do? You know, it's devastating. If England scored tomorrow, I want their goal scorer to pay tribute to Eriksen, especially his ex-teammate Kane. Oh, I'm almost sure. I'm almost sure there'll be something. Apparently, there's a penalty in the other game. Let's check. It looks like, is it a penalty to Denmark? I think Denmark may have a penalty. Yeah, that's a penalty. Yeah. Right, I've just switched it over. I think, was it Delaney that got fouled? Yeah, it was Delaney that got fouled. It is a penalty. Yeah, it's caught him by his knee. It's a penalty to Denmark. And who's going to step up for this? Denmark at least deserve a draw. They deserve at least a draw. Hodakski is in goal. Is he the one for Bristol Rovers? Yeah. Who's stepping up? I can't quite tell. Penalty's been taken. I think everyone will be wanting Denmark to score now. Anthony Taylor's just checking everyone's outside the box. Maybe Højbjerg taking the penalty, actually. He's just talking to the goalkeeper. Yep. Yeah, Eriksen probably would have taken this, but Højbjerg's taken this. He can take a penalty, Højbjerg. He's stepping up now. And it's saved! Finland fans are happy, and I don't blame them, but I can't help but feel bad. It's a poor penalty, but he did get the right way. There's no way. How can Denmark play? How can they play in this? You know, they really are trying to get one goal at least. You know, he got the right way, but it's a poor penalty anyway. How can they just do it? It lacked power, and it was way too central. Oh, man. It's a really sad situation, the whole thing. Shocking is literally what I say, and disgusting. Right, need to change back to Belgium, because it's the game I'm supposed to be watching. And Belgium have just scored. I've just missed a goal, and it looks like Lukaku, I think, has scored. Lukaku has scored for Belgium, I think. Oh, right, no, that'll be offside. That'll be offside for... Wait, oh, no, but does it come off the defender? That might not be offside, because I think it comes off the defender. That might not be offside. Yeah, I think it comes off... What's his name? It comes off Semenyov, so I think the goal will be given. Is there a tribute? I mean, I didn't manage to see if there was a... No, it's not offside. It's not offside because it came off the Russia player. So the goal stands. And the only positive... Well, the positive for me is that I've got... Lukaku as captain in my fantasy league. So it's a good start for my part. Oh my gosh, I've not got anything ready at the moment. Yeah, some Belgium people who've got Belgium in their sweepstake, this will be a great time to have Belgium now. Romelu Lukaku scored in the 10th minute, I think. I need to double check that. I actually need to make that a bit smaller to fit. Blimey. Maybe even a bit smaller. There we go. Yeah, it's given because the cross came. It deflected off a defender. It's unlucky by Russia, because if it didn't come off a defender, it would have been an offside. But because it hit a defender in the path to Lukaku, the goal's given. One comment I was supposed to answer from George, I didn't manage to. I've not ignored it, by the way. I've just been so busy trying to get everything ready. Yeah, I know they want to make Ericsson happy, but that's all they can do. Was a question on me. Where was it? Yeah. I can promise you, George, I am fine. It's just been a really tough week for me. Yeah. It's been tough because YouTube in general for me has just not been doing well at the moment. There's been a lot more... I alluded to this yesterday's stream, to be honest. There was a period when I got 500 subs and then I got 50 subs within a month. We were thinking the channel was going to go up a level, if you know what I mean. But then within 2 weeks, I gained 2 subs. And that was me making 12 videos in those 2 weeks as well. Because my schedule's been frantic. I've been posting content for most days of the week for you guys. Really trying to give you this Euro feeling. But when the views went down, when the likes went down, when the dislikes increased. Oh, Russia looking... That is going to be a corner, I think. I think everyone will do a tribute, I agree. But... naturally, it's been going down, and I made the decision to turn public subscribers off because I had a really, really bad habit of me over-checking my subscriber count and just hating myself for the fact that it wasn't changing, and I couldn't blame myself for it. Naturally, it was the algorithm, and oh my God, Russia had a chance, and it's saved by Courtois. God, 12 points. That is a good amount of points to have. I think he's the only League One player going to the tournament as well. But it was that excitement that I had from 500. It got to 550 so quickly, and dislikes creeped up, likes creeped down, views massively went down, and I've done what I can to keep the quality up, and I've said that I wanted to turn it back on my birthday, and it's something I'm going to treat myself as a birthday present, that I want to know how much this channel has potentially grown or may have fallen within 80 days till my birthday, because my birthday's in September. I've got 80 days till then, and I've announced that if it doesn't get to 600 at least, or it doesn't even get close to 650, then I'd reconsider my jobs, because you may not know this, but I've got a job now. I've now got a job. And that's honestly been the shining light of this whole entire week, because I went to have an interview at Tesco. You may know about this. The interview went very, very well and all of that. And they were promising me all these things, saying they'll contact me when things are developed, and liking what I was all about. All I get was nothing. They never went back to me. And I hate that. Being promised something, but just people breaking their promises. And just the blatant fact that I've been lied to as well has just really been a letdown for me as well. So that wasn't great, but also know that YouTube has not been going well for the past 2 weeks, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the Euros that people don't like me doing, because it seems the Championship stuff gets more attention than my Euro stuff at the moment. Quite a lot more, to be honest. But I got to make the content relevant. I got to. How can I not? And, you know, in the end of it, subscribers, likes, dislikes, comments, shares is feedback. And when that feedback has crumbled as much as it has done, it hurt me. It did. And, you know, that is when I turn myself into my biggest enemy, because I ask myself this, you know, what am I doing here? What am I doing? And it makes me privileged with the moderators around, the people around who will stick by my my channel despite the thick and the rough. You know, I could quit tomorrow and I would promise I'll come back, and I can guarantee those same people would be back as well. But unfortunately, a lot of these people that are around, I can't trust anymore. But I don't work at Tesco. No, Tesco blatantly lied and have turned me down. I work actually as a tutor now. That's my job now. So I'm a tutor. So that's going to be my job, and I'll be starting it next week as well, which will be difficult to try and juggle with Euro content and YouTube in general. But you've got to understand, in my own personal life, this is such a big moment for me, because I've never earned a dime ever in my life. And all of a sudden now, I've made an effort to make a living out of something. You know, I've tried YouTube. It's not worked yet. I say yet, it may never work, but I say yet with the hope that it could still potentially get 1,000 subs. But right now, I've now found something that I can improve my life with, and it's important that you guys have this moment. Oh, what a poor back pass. It looks like Romelu Lukaku's running through. Could it be 2? No, it's not. Oh, what a miss. That's an incredible miss. I think by Meunier. It was actually a good tackle. I thought it was going to be a penalty, but Lukaku stayed on your feet. Oh, no, it's Dendoncker. No, my apologies. It wasn't Meunier at all. It was Dendoncker with the miss. No, never, you know, never did any of that. I've never earned that money. Never, ever, 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 ever. All the money I've ever got was from birthdays, Christmases. That's literally it. So having an opportunity now to get a job is so big for me. It really is. I hope you get to 600 subs because I don't need to quit. You honestly made me really happy. Thank you so much. You know, you do the same. And, you know, I wouldn't be streaming if I had some bit of enjoyment from it. You know, I would say I get a lot more enjoyment when a lot more people watch my stuff, when a lot more people like, comment, subscribe, share, and all of that. Like the stream today, I think it only cracked. I think the maximum amount of viewers it had at one time was 5. And that only lasted for about 10 seconds. I think majority of it was only 2 viewers. And it's just been, it felt like it's been on a rapid decline. And it could just be I'm not cut out for this. It may just be that. But what you guys have done in terms of supporting me is that you've told me, no, it's not you. You know, you have got this. You can do this. And it's important to have those people around as well. Because when stuff does go wrong, the first person you immediately blame is yourself, psychologically, unfortunately. Especially when you've got a low self-esteem, that's exactly what happens. But what I am grateful for is that, you know, and this is going back to Kipster, you know, when he unfortunately passed away. You know, he's my brother's age, you know. And I look at him and look at my brother, and, you know, they're quite similar as well. You know, with their idols and what they watch, what they like. You know, the only difference is they're not a Man United fan. He's a Chelsea fan like me. But, you know, I couldn't imagine just, you know, with the support he did have. I'm so happy for him. He did have that. You know, United Stand were brilliant with it. Fogden was amazing with it. I think Fogden's one of his biggest fans almost. And, you know, it was like, if that was me in that situation and I was in a difficult state, you know, you'd hope that you'd have that sort of support and backup. And, you know, even though he's been in so much pain, he'd feel that gratefulness that people have taken a step out of their way to actually support him there. But I honestly think I have overworked myself. I have. And it's stupid of me, really, because I know this has happened before. But obviously, you know, you get that excitement, you get that bit of hope. It's really bad. It almost feels like an addiction. Keep putting the content out that you really want to try and... Oh, Belgium, what a save. What a fantastic save. Belgium should have had 3 goals by now. Belgium should be running away with this. Oh, my God. I don't know how I've got the strength to talk right now because I've not been able to pick myself up. It's been a real painful day today. It has. The stream hasn't done well. Ericsson, and of course, what's happened there. The only positive I see from this day, well, a couple of positives, is one, that Ericsson's fine, and 2, that I now have potentially a living. You know, I can see people, you know. I've not seen friends in months. It's just been me on my own with my family. Because they've all gone to other places around the UK and universities. And doing YouTube and spending 8 hours a day trying to do content, it turns into a very lonely job. Especially when you only work with yourself. You don't have editors. You don't have people doing other things. I do everything. And I think for a lot of people, when people become big and all that, all of the people assume they do things themselves, but they don't. They have editors. They have people sponsoring them, helping them through all of this. I have to do everything myself. And with the amount I have done, I've tried to put everything on myself. It really has. I think it's been exhausting. I remember when I took a day off on Thursday, I did a run, like a 5k run, just to get some exercise because I was gaining weight again, because I just wasn't exercising enough. And I couldn't even think I would have the time to do it if I were to do a YouTube day, honestly. And what it has done is made me question how I should spend my time on myself. Great defending by Russia, by the way. That's sweet. I didn't manage to see it. I literally tuned in and he was at the camera. I couldn't manage to read what words he said. That's really sweet of him. Right. 2 players are down with Russia and Belgium right now. Yeah, well, it was forced out of... Yeah, you know, at least he's won something. Let's just quickly check Denmark, Finland. It's still 1-0 Finland. It'll be a huge result for them. But how on earth can Denmark still play through this? I have no idea. I don't think anyone could have predicted what's gone on, or what would have happened. Let's watch the final 2 minutes of Denmark, Finland together, and we'll switch back over to Belgium and Russia. It's a head injury. Yeah, it's a head collision. Fingers crossed that's not serious. Right, they've got 4 minutes of added time, by the way, for Denmark and Finland. They've got 4 more minutes. Marcus Forss is on for Finland, so we've got a bit of championship representation. I think Jensen's on for Denmark as well. Of course, no longer a championship player. He's now a Premier League player, unbelievably. Thanks for liking the stream, by the way. I think it's got to 8 likes at the moment. If we can try and get 15, that'd be terrifically appreciated. It really would. I I wouldn't go to that extent, you know. If it was serious and he wasn't moving, I'd link it to Eriksen, really. You know, what Eriksen had, he just collapsed to the floor. But if they're moving and they're conscious, then they're fine. But Eriksen wasn't conscious, and that was what was so scary about this. It will be an unbelievable result for Finland, don't get me wrong. It'll be huge in their history. I think their first Euro Championship win. But if you're to take the morals, it's really heartbreaking for Finland. For Denmark, sorry. Thanks for the 6 of you watching, by the way. I truly appreciate that. I don't know how the subs have done. You can check. Header. Oh, it's not powerful enough, and it's collected by the Finnish goalkeeper. Yeah, Castagna came out worse than that. I think it was Vestergaard with the shot. Yeah, it's not powerful enough. But yeah, thanks for liking the stream and thanks for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. The only way you guys can check the subscriber count is to go on Social Blade. That's still a way you can check for subscriber count, but I'm not going to check myself because personally I don't think I want to know. You know, what that would have been, you know, if there was one other time of my subscriber count going down, I would have said, you know what, I'm quitting this. I think I was that close. That was how close I was. Swan and Breeze die, blimey. Yeah, not nice. I'm just watching the final 2 minutes of Denmark, Finland, and then we'll go back to... no penalty. Your Social Blade doesn't work. If you go on the website, it might work, but I can perfectly understand if it doesn't. Jamie Gould, welcome to the stream. It's been emotional. You've even seen your boy break down. Talking about the situation with Eriksen. But even being open just on what's going on with this channel as well, people questioning why I've turned subs off. It's been a bit painful for me to explain what's been going on, but it's something that you do have to get out, and I think a lot of people in general are very toxic when it comes to those sort of conversations, but the bravest of people are the ones who can fight with that. Belgium 3-0, says Jamie Gould. Have you got Belgium in the sweepstake or something? Right, all of a sudden now my Discord's now posting. I'm now doing the stream. Better late than never, I would say. But no, it's absolutely fine. But you just checked it. All right. Well, you can find out. I'm not sure if I do want to know, to be honest, because I was just like, I've gone at a real stage where I was obsessively checking over and over and over and over and over and over again. And unless it's something positive, it's something that it turned like into addiction. I was constantly making videos, constantly not putting much thought in them. Right, it's a full-time whistle and Finland have won. Brilliant victory for Finland, but the Danish players are on the floor absolutely devastated of what's gone on. Morally, probably not right to continue, but it's a big result for Finland. Denmark now have it all to do. They've still got to play Belgium and Russia in their group. Let's just go back to Belgium and Russia. Still 1-0, so I haven't missed too much. It's good to see that the players are okay. One positive, though, is that tomorrow I'm actually going to go out and drink and watch football with my friends. But I've not seen them for ages. I've not seen them for months. I really haven't. And I think there was a real period of loneliness. And if you followed me on Instagram, I think one of my more recent posts, I think it may have been a Christmas post, I talked about this sort of issue. England, this is going to ruin the Danish boys' mentality and the mindset. It's a real, morally, it's bad that they've continued it. I'm really sympathetic towards Denmark. The only positive for Denmark is that they could still get out of it, you know, potentially finishing in the third place qualifier. But also they get a good result against Belgium. they could still get out of it, because Denmark could get a result against Belgium. I definitely think they're good enough, but even before Eriksen was down injured, you do fear for Denmark going forward. Their quality on the ball, and especially in the final third, was not great, and that's the only weakness I saw from Denmark. What I saw for Denmark is a team who can defend well, but unfortunately they didn't defend very well with Finland's one chance, and of course Schmeichel, any other day he'd be saving that. Yeah, well, I know, but the thing is, we're all going to be having the time of our lives, and we'll be fine, I promise you. I'm potentially listening for people who are nearly, a good couple of years younger than me. I can definitely tell you for sure that every time I've drunk with them, I've been absolutely fine, been able to get home, not been hospitalised. And, oh God, no, I don't know who was the Russian player who clashed with Castagna, but he's just gone on the bench and he's got a bandage around his head. It's not a nice injury. But thankfully he's awake, and that's important. Thanks for the 5 of you watching. Thanks for watching the stream. I don't think I'm actually going to recover. I really thought I was going to be recovering and be all cheerful and giddy and all of that, but it really is such a shocking moment that I think everyone's going to be talking about this for quite a while. I remember about the Muamba situation. I was talking about that situation for ages, and not allowed to sing England songs in the pub. Well, thankfully, the pub I'm going to is a built-in shed in a neighbour's pub. So I think we can slightly change the rules a little bit. I think we're fine. We'll get away with that. But, wow. In fact, what I do need to do, before I do forget, I've not gone on capture once. Let's go on capture. So, Belgium 1, Russia 0. Russia had a big spell of momentum. That was when I didn't watch it. In fact, no, that was when I did watch it, actually. But then when I turned over, of course, Russia scored, didn't they? The squads, I didn't even look at the squad. So, Courtois, Vertonghen, Boyata, Alderweireld, Castagna has gone off. And Kudzayev was the other player they clashed as well. So, both have gone off really bad. Injury, it's a save. And it's a second goal for Belgium. And it's Meunier with the goal. This could be a cricket score for Belgium at the moment. Russia just looking very defeated right now. Just not being able to compete with it. I can't believe Zhirkov's still there. I think he used to play for Chelsea, Zhirkov. He's 37 odd now. Unbelievable. So how this goal came out, I think it was Torgan Hazard, and then it got saved by the keeper, but he parried it straight at him. There's absolutely no chance from in. Cheryshev has just gone on for Kuyazev as well. And Meunier was the one who got on for Castagna. So that's an impact sub if I've ever seen one. Within 5 minutes, he scored for Belgium, unbelievably. Wow, what a substitution that was. Maybe a bit fortunate, but you know what? You got to give Belgium the credit. It is Meunier with the goal. So that makes it 2-0 to Belgium. I've got to change the score. Here come Russia now. I predicted 2-1, didn't I think? Yeah. WJ, welcome to the stream. Sorry, as I can't finish the stream because I've got something to do, but keep up the good one. Don't stop. Thank you so much. George, I truly appreciate it. I need to change the score line the scorers quickly. Hang on. Who scored? That's it. What minute did Meunier score again? Was it 32nd? I believe it was 32nd. I need to double check that. 34th minute he scored, apparently. Thomas Meunier, 34. Can you also see the goal scorers, guys? In the graphic here, I have made sure that you guys can see it. It's a decent size as well. Be right back, got to get some more water. Yeah, go do that. Hydrate yourself. If there's anything that we've learned today is to look after yourselves. Obviously we don't know what Eriksen did behind closed doors, but whether it's something that, that could have been avoided on his part with him taking better care of himself, maybe having a couple of extra hours of sleep, whether being more hydrated, make sure you're at full health. But also just to make sure you've sorted, said everything that you've wanted to ever say. Because life is too short, for the fact that Ericsson almost missed, everything in terms of, knowing what he could have said about his family and all of that. Going to be on 20 points now. God, do you have Meunier as a player? I'll tell you what, if you've got Meunier, that's some fantasy pick. That's a good one. I've got Lukaku as captain, so another goal from him would be nice. But it'll put me on a great position, actually, if this continues. Thanks for liking the stream. It's on 10 likes now. If we could push to 15, that'd be terrifically appreciated. Maybe Bray, welcome to the stream as well. I'll send my team to this. In fact, what I'll do at halftime, we'll show the Fantasy League leaderboard and we'll see how everyone's doing. If you want to join my Fantasy League, actually, in fact, I might put the link in the description down below quickly. Does any of you want to join my Fantasy Euro 2020 League? Because if so, I'll get that sorted now. Hang on a minute. Let's get to the website, log in there. There it is. Fantasy. Moving in a landslide. No escape from reality. Right. Oh, I tell you what, it was a bit of a goalmouth scramble there. But I think Belgium defend. Right, hang on. How can I invite people again? I did know how to do it. Hang on. Leagues, that's it. Invite. I'll put the link in the description now. I should have done that. I really should have put the link in the description. Thanks for liking the stream just now. We've now made it to 11 likes. In fact, I need to edit it there. I'm doing all right in terms of my fantasy league right now, unbelievably. Where do I put it? In fact, I'm going to put it in one of the top links. I'll put it just below the Discord server thing. Oh god, I should have done this. I should have done this before. I don't know why I didn't. Join my join my Euro 2020 Fantasy League here. There we go. Save. Right. If you refresh it now, it should be in the description now, and you can join my league for absolutely free of charge. By the way, you should have captained Lukaku. Well, I did, so I'll take the credit there. In fact, what I'm gonna quickly do, I'm gonna quickly turn a light on because this is getting a little bit dark. My apologies. This is why I need a background, when I'm doing these streams. I did cap Luke, indeed. I did. That was actually, I think, quite clever of me. I'm trying not to get every chocolate. What's going on there, Jamie Gould, with every chocolate? Because I tell you what, that's my life 24/7. Show me a piece of chocolate, I have to show incredible bravery to avoid it. Oh, is that going to be a third? Right, no penalty. I tell you what, Russia living very dangerously. Nearly a third for Belgium. Here they go again. And Russia you're trying to lose weight. Ugh, aren't we all? Same here. I mean, right now, it's just like in the condition that I am, I really want to try and improve it. Am I in Ben's league? No, I don't know if Ben's got a league. Has he got a league? If I have, then I deeply apologise. I should have been in this league. I need to join it, if he does have one. I'll double check now. I don't know if he has one, to be honest. If anything, with me being a Patreon, I should know, but in all matter of fact, I don't. But no, I don't think he's got a fantasy league. But what he does have is a prediction league for Patreons. So that's the only thing that I've got now. That is down to me predicting the group stage. I don't think he has Charlie, but I don't think he has. But I could double check now. I could double check. Prediction Patreon league. No, I don't think he has got a fantasy league actually. So. He's got Prediction League, which is exclusively for me. You'll be saving money to my birthday, so I can have Cholin on my birthday next month. Yeah, I mean, what I've done is that I think it's really difficult to completely cut things out, because this happened to me actually this week as well. I really wanted to try, gain healthy. We all try and get healthy. But I've not been doing that well in trying to keep healthy recently. But what I've done is... What I've done is that, how do I say this? I've cut off bread, but not completely. You know, I used to have 4 or 5 slices of bread. I now say to myself I can only have 2, and that's it for the entire day, and no other forms of bread I can have. And the same goes for the chocolate as well. Only allowed 1 bit of chocolate a day as well. So I think if you do it like that, if it's lower than what you're normally consuming, that's actually could even help you better, because not only is it going to improve your health, it's also going to help your mental state as well. You know, you won't be put down by it. You know, I think that is very important. You know, dieting is really evil. It's evil. You know, diet is literally die plus T. You know, because you do feel like death doing it, but the best way forward for what I would suggest for me to get to the shape that I was, I mean, it's not an incredible shape, but it's better than what I was previously, is just to lower down the levels. I agree he should to be honest. And what I will say is that Ben's not been hard in my comments either, very recently either. He's been very, very quiet on his part. I mean, he could be very, very busy doing content, you know? Oh God, but I can't even imagine the day that if I were to work with Ben on a video, that would be incredible. It would be absolutely incredible. I'm trying to pay my school diva every day. I'm trying to have a school dinner every day, not more. Okay, 1 piece of chocolate per day. Yeah, you know what? It's just like I remember this when I was really young, right? I remembered my family said for me at a really young age, you can only have 3 bits of chocolate a day, otherwise anything else you'll be sick. I remember I was sick one time. I was very, very young at the time. But then eventually, they just gave up trying to tell me not to eat that amount of chocolate. In the end of it, they were actually trying to help me, really. But no, I didn't let myself go at one stage, and I've only done for what I could try and do to get back to, well, I say get back, I never was at a fit stage, but try and get to a reasonable stage. And I'm not helping myself drinking out with friends tomorrow, but that's literally the one time in 2 months I'm seeing them, and I've got to. You know, why, you know, how can I say no? So, yeah, that's what's going on there. Oh, Belgium. Yep, it's a throw into Belgium. Honestly, Russia would want half time as soon as they can, because Belgium are hungry. They want a 3rd goal. It's well defended. Is Eden Hazard playing as well with Torgan? Nah, it's just Torgan Hazard playing. I thought so, because I thought Hazard was injured. Who eats chocolate every day? Well, it sounds like you don't really. If you saw my house, it's literally Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. There's chocolate in every single bloody room. So, bit impossible to avoid it. You know, I do what I can. Right, because of the head collision, we've got 4 minutes of added time. God, I can't believe I captained Lukaku. I'm actually so proud of that. Well, I shouldn't be, but I just backed Lukaku to score. Thanks for liking the stream. One thing I didn't realise, every time I go and change thumbnails and edits and that, I could see my subscriber count. And if you did see my subscriber account, you would have known that it was on 555, so it hasn't changed at all. Which I can't moan too much, really. You know, I've not lost a sub, so yeah. But that's something I've got to be careful from, basically, if I want to try and avoid knowing what how my subscribers are doing. I've got to find a way to edit without looking at it. Oh, mate, I can't drink vodka at all. Drinking vodka got to one of my worst experiences ever, and I wouldn't wish it on anyone. Yeah. To be honest, when you do try and diet, it's very easy to snack, and I think when you do snack, especially whatever quantity of snacks you have, it's very difficult to get out of it, and it's something that I've got to deal with right now. What a tackle by Russia there. Who's out on the ball there? It's Tielemans, I thought so. Is that a free kick? No, he's still up. Ooh, hoo, hoo. That would have been a brilliant goal by Carrasco that got him. Carrasco, I think, has actually been quite good. I've almost forgotten how good he was, but obviously, is he still playing in China? I knew he went to China at one stage, but he may have returned to his club. Let's wait for halftime and we'll see the bench. Mate, I'm so sorry for yawning. I really am. I think right now, with me being in an emotional mess, I'm going to heavily blame myself if I do anything wrong. God, I was yawning all the time on the stream, and I won't lie, a lot of that was down to me being exhausted, preparing for the streams. Like, I woke up at 12:30, so I didn't have a lot of time to prepare for the stream at all. But that was down to me working hard on my YouTube, and unfortunately, unless you know me as a person, you know you don't know that. Oh, he is at Atleti. All right, well, he was at Atleti, then he went to China, but then he's returned there. Yeah, all right, I thought so. I was just thinking, how on earth is he playing for Belgium if he would still be in China? So yeah, I figured he'd return to his to a club, and didn't realise it was going to be Atleti again. I won't be streaming tomorrow, Jamie. I'm sorry for yawning, by the way. I won't be, unfortunately. It's a shame, but I am going to be watching the England game with friends. And we made a mutual agreement that I'm not going to live stream it. What I will do, likely, is record like a 2-minute preview reaction before the game, before I leave. And then afterwards, after the game, I'll give you my reaction, and then it'll be Monday's video. Excuse me. The halftime whistle has gone, and it's 2-0 to Belgium going into half-time, and honestly, it really could have been more. Blimey. Thanks to the 6 of you watching the stream, by the way. I truly appreciate it. If you haven't given the stream a like, it does tremendously help the channel. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. It does really, really help as well. I know you can't see my subscribers, but if you were intrigued to know how many subscribers I do have, you can just go on Social Blade and find out that way. It's been a personal decision for me just to turn public subscribers off for now. I'm so sorry. Really sorry, guys, for yawning, by the way. When you become a YouTuber and grow up, you want to become a YouTube channel like mine. And honestly, I'm honoured to read that. I really am. I really, really do. I don't sound compassionate, but I really do appreciate that. And that's part of the reason why I wanted to make a channel. You know, not necessarily to make, you know, and don't take this the wrong way, but not necessarily to make internet friends. But I want to make a community. Some that may, you know, like what I do, some that may not like what I do, but some that can look up to me, and some who may go on and grow to do better things. And they can say, you know, I started and it got inspired by this guy. And when you work so hard for something and you see comments like that, it really does help. I don't know if he did, to be honest with you. I don't know if Carrasco did play for Atleti against Chelsea. If he did, then he must have done nothing, because I literally can't remember it, to be honest. To be honest, we kept that whole Atletico Madrid side quiet, so much so I can barely remember who was in the squad. I'm just so excited for tomorrow. You probably don't know how big this me meeting my friends is big for me, but it really is. For the fact I've been so lonely for months, it's big. It really is. Am I? Well, I can be if you give me the right topic. Yeah. Just seeing the reaction from everyone about the Eriksen situation, and it really is. Everyone's just so shocked of what they witnessed. It really is. It's shocking. I can't believe it. But I don't know if the players, and I'm going back to Denmark now, I don't know if they felt pressured to play that game. But either way, they shouldn't have felt pressured anyway. They would have been understood if they said, we don't want to play, we want to play tomorrow or next week. I don't know. But if they felt pressured to say, you know what, I do really want to continue this game. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable, the bravery with those Danish players, and obviously Denmark and Christian Eriksen, all of that. But it's really unbelievable. But the tributes have gone round. It is unbelievable. Guess what is coming now? 3-0. Oh, I tell you what, that would be incredible vibes if I was around with my friends, if it was 3-0. Thank you, Jamie Gould. I truly appreciate that. 2 Kane goals and 1 Foden goal. I tell you what, I'd be happy because I've got Kane in my team, but I'll be annoyed that I didn't captain him. But so far, I've captained Lukaku, and that's the best decision. And in fact, before I forget, I need to go to capture. We can actually look at the stats quickly, so need to scroll out the way. Yep. So 2-0 here, Belgium, Russia. Look at that attack momentum. Apart from one spell from Russia where they did test Courtois a little bit, it's been all Belgium. And Lukaku, the goal scorer, and it is actually Meunier, the second goal scorer, who was substituted on for Castagna, who had an awful head collision with Kuzayev. Zhirkov has been subbed off. I'm not surprised. He's 37 years old. I don't know why he's still playing for Russia, to be honest with you. 68 ball possession to 32. That should say 32, not 33. Someone cannot do maths. Right, I've just seen a tribute, and that's really touching, by the way. That is really touching by Lukaku to do that. And it looks like ITV, they've got Roy Keane, Patrick Vieira. Oh, right, blimey. Roy Keane and Vieira together? I want to know how that went down. And, of course, Ian Wright, who has actually been very vocal on Twitter about the Eriksen situation. Very vocal about it. 7 shots to Russia's 2. 3 shots on target to 1. 3 shots off target to 1. 1 blocked shot. 1 corner kick to 2 corner kicks. Yeah, and Belgium really could have scored. You know, they had that big chance from Den Donker. They had that other one from... who was it? Who was the other one that missed an absolute sitter? I think maybe Carrasco probably was the other one. And, yeah, look at that. 375 passes to 174. They've duplicated Russia's passing, unbelievably. You can definitely see the contrast of plays. Look at that. Long balls, 16 to 32. Much more success from long balls. So Russia would definitely be playing with a system that relies more on long balls. Dribbles much better there. You know, only 2 dribbles from Russia. That's disappointing. Interceptions 5-4, tackles 10, and clearances 12. I mean, Russia have had to. They've been defending for their lives. Who have Belgium got on the bench? So they've got Mignolet, Sels, Denea, Vermaelen, Chadley, Doku, Praet, Batshuayi, Benteke, Hazard, and Trossard. Trossard can maybe go on. Maybe someone like Carrasco. Maybe one of Benteke and Batshuayi will go on eventually for Lukaku, or maybe Mertens if he was to go off. I've been pretty good at predicting these substitutions so far, so maybe listen to me when I do this. Praet probably will go on. Maybe some for Dendonka, maybe. Russia, who they've got in the bench? I don't have much hope, to be honest with you. I don't see Golovin playing for the whole thing. I think he'll be subbed off eventually. Maybe even Dzuba will eventually go off, especially if they want to save his fitness for the other games as well. And before I forget, let's actually get out of that. Let's actually watch... let's actually see how the league's doing. Now, this has been from yesterday. Vieira fighting with Keane after they go off there. Oh, potentially. Yeah. We can then check fantasy. So, this was the standings from yesterday. So, obviously, I joined last, actually, with Creeper Boy with 6. But that's because I only had one player playing today. Oh, I forgot I had 2 Danish players on my team. Oh, and I had the Finnish keeper on the bench as well. Oh. Gah. That's so incredibly frustrating. But Lukaku is saving my team right now. 10 points by scoring the goal. And, of course, he's captain. I can't believe I did that. I cannot believe I mucked that up. How was I supposed to know what was going to happen today? So apparently George Cahill is at the top with 18 points, and it's staying on 18 points now. So actually I would overtake him because I've got 20 points at the moment. Creeper Boy's got 9 at the moment because he's got Ramsey and Alderweireld there. Alderweireld will get more if he keeps his clean sheet. Football Pad's got 23, so he's leading at the moment. He's actually got Aruji, who is in that defensive line for Finland, who actually won 1-0. And we've used the same amount of players as well, so he's narrowly ahead of me. Brownie Boys, 18 points as well. He started off with Lukaku there, and Bonucci and Donnarumma. Yeah, he had a load of Italy players. Rudy's Dream Team, 21. So, it's very close at the moment. A lot of people having Denea in their squad, but he's not starting. That's interesting. Maybe Denea goes at a really cheap price. I just didn't really want to put a Belgian defender, to be honest with you. I don't see Belgium as this team that defends well, so that's why I didn't include any. Harry, welcome to the stream. My prayers are with Christian and his family. Yes, the Denmark team as well. They will be definitely feeling the pain today. Ollie Carls, today all our force goes to Christian Eriksen. By the way, love the content. Thank you so much, Ollie Carls. I truly appreciate that. I had a tribute for him, in my intro. And your boy has broken down his stream. The hard man that I am can break down and can have a heart at times. And I have broken down. But it only puts our lives into perspective when those sorts of things happens, and it almost kind of gives you time and an excuse to reflect on what's going on in your own life. So that's what I took the opportunity to do. Kane will score tomorrow. England 4, Croatia 0. Yeah, I hope so, because he will save my team. I cannot believe I had the Finlandian keeper on the bloody bench. If Bench Boost was on, I would be swimming in points by now. I am so disappointed in myself with that, but at the same time, it's unfortunate, really, because Schmeichel would have had the same amount of points anyway, but the reason he's got so many points is because he saved that penalty, didn't he? But I could have never predicted the circumstances. I really couldn't have. It's been a crazy day. And I imagine it will be even crazier tomorrow as we see England play now. I unfortunately won't be around tomorrow because I will be around with friends drinking, and watching the game. And I'm just treating this as a time just to kind of take a step back and to just take a breath on things, because I just think I've overworked everything. I've overworked myself. And I think seeing people will be a good way just to kind of, I don't know what the word is, but just to calm me down, I think. I think it's needed more than ever, in my opinion. Thank you to the 4 of you watching. Thanks for liking the stream. We're on 12 likes at the moment. If we could get to 15, that'd be terrifically appreciated. If you haven't subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button. It does really, really help. I know subscribers is off, but you can check my subscriber count by going on Social Blade if you are intrigued to know. I've taken the personal decision to turn subscribers off recently. One thing I will say out of this, make sure you say everything that you've ever wanted to say to your family, because you never know when this could be you in that situation. It shows it can happen to anyone, with Ericsson being as fit as he is. Tragic moments like this can happen to everyone. Probably moments like this happen every day. And unfortunately, a lot of the time it goes unnoticed, because a lot of the time, you know, it's from natural, normal people. And it's important, I feel, that you make sure you've done everything you've ever wanted to do in your life before anything bad can happen. You know, let's say I had cancer tomorrow and, you know, it got to stage 2 or stage 3. Very likely I'll have very slim chances of being the same person again, or even survive in general. You know, and if it was as quick as it was and it gets me like this, you know, I'd have a deep regret if I couldn't do everything that I have ever wanted to do. Finland's win tonight was awesome, but you feel bad for Denmark. Yeah, morally it's bad for Denmark. You know, whether they chose to play ahead, it's brave on their part, but I think everyone is going to be supporting Denmark now following the situation that has taken place. Just seeing the goal now, and Schmeichel would be making that save any other day. You know, the Finlandian players, you know, whilst they were celebrating, they told the fans to be quiet. You know, just to respect, you know, the circumstances. But of course, Finland's their first European Championship win. Unbelievable for them, but a real setback for Denmark now, which they've now got it all to do now. They've got to try and get a result against Russia at least, but definitely hope that results go their way and they can overtake Finland and Russia to go through. But it looks like we're just about ready to get into the second half, I think. I don't know what they're doing. Oh, they're just about to start it. I don't know what this camera thing is. Right. Ericsson is Jesus. He came back from the death. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to be blasphemous and agree with that, but it is a miracle. You know, we've seen it with Mwamba, where we thought he died. He was gone for 80 minutes. You know, I think even some of you may not have been born when it happened. I remember watching that game live. I was 10, 11 when it happened. I think I was 10, actually, when it happened. And it was so incredibly shocking. It's been a moment that's stuck with me for the rest of my life. It was Bolton against Spurs in I think it was an FA Cup or League Cup. It was a cup competition game. And it was incredible, just the reaction that happened, and it was just incredibly scary, and it was incredibly fortunate to see him alive. And this is now the modern day version of that with Ericsson. It gave me those vibes again of Fabrice Muamba. And it's incredible, really, because, to reiterate, some of you may not have even been born when that happened. Some of you may have not even started watching football when that happened. I was around 10 years old. Yeah, I mean, it looked really bad. You know, when I saw him having the seizure, when I saw that defibrillators need to get involved, I mean, I shouldn't have been able to see that, but the bloody broadcast made us saw it. The fact that we did see all of that was very distressing and very shocking. Oh, Russia compiling forward by a counter-attack, but they don't make their chance count. Your sister was just born when the Fabrice Muamba incident happened, yeah. Mm. Well, yeah. Well, I mean, I know some of you are close to my age anyway, but even some others, is that this would be shocking for them, really. And you'd have been incredibly young when this had happened as well. Oh god, I need the timer. I forgot to put the timer ready. Oh god damn. Oh great. Gotta time this right now. There we go. There we go. Right, got that sorted. Oh, why is it lagging? Come on. It's lagged so bad. Oh my god. Thanks to the 5 of you watching. I truly appreciate it. What are your thoughts of today? No doubt a lot of the thoughts will be on Ericsson, but of course we've had Wales and Switzerland, which ended 1-1, with Kiefer Moore being the first championship goal scorer, and of course Finland picking up, you could say, a shock win against Denmark. But a lot of the stories today will be on Denmark. There will be probably the story of the tournament, to be honest with you. Absolutely shocking. Wonder if Ben Foster has a cameo. I mean, I don't know, to be honest with you, because I wouldn't know. Is he streaming this game, Ben Foster? I probably should know, to be honest with you. No, he doesn't do streaming, doesn't he? But when I saw Ericsson's dies, I was 100% always dead, but thank God he survived. Yeah, that's what I saw. When I saw his eyes wide open and he was having that seizure, I thought he was gone. I thought he was in a completely different world, and I thought he was gone. But thank God for the medical team. They worked miracles, and they got him back alive. I think when the crowd cheered, when the Denmark crowd cheered in this random moment when we were still broadcasted it, I think that was when they saw a bit of movement from Ericsson, and when he had that shot of him having his head on his hand on his head. God, I tell you what, if the camera showed that in such deep depth, then bloody hell. But it was honestly the most distressing 25 minutes of my life. Honestly, it was really, really distressing. And no one wants to see that, but why they continue to show it, the wife, Ericsson himself, the team, the crowd crying. Why would anyone at home want to see that? Do people see that as entertainment? There's some things that are entertaining, and then there's that. That is why I was disappointed with BBC for not cutting it out sooner. But of course, in the end of it, it's from the Danish broadcasts. They couldn't care. They really couldn't. But BBC should have cut it off sooner. That's what I'm saying. Oh, he lifted his hand. May. Not a lot of movement, but you only need one bit of movement just to get a bit of hope. Courtois comes forward now. Russia starting quite strong in this half, to be fair. Now, maybe the head on his hand was a bit afterwards, actually. I mean, because the picture, I think you see fans cheering, but maybe that was when he was being stretchered off eventually. When they eventually got back when they eventually got back to the pundits. Jesus, it's been a really tough week, tough couple of days, and it didn't end here. But I'm grateful to have you guys, helping me. But what we saw today has been a real eye-opener. It really has. Thanks to the 3 of you sticking by me and watching. If you haven't liked the stream, please do so. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. It does tremendously help. Just to let you know, I don't think there's any collabs happening anytime soon. So, nothing from anyone, unfortunately. Belgium have struggled in this half so far. They've not created anything. I'd say Russia started much better in this half, at least. Russia need 1 goal. pretty early on if they want a chance to get back into this. I predicted 2-1, which would actually be two correct predictions today, which would be brilliant for me. Well, you would hope so, wouldn't you? I would be the sort of guy thinking that we can win 2-3-0, and then Croatia go out and turn up with a performance. Like, I remember when we played against them in Wembley in the Nations League. It was such a bad game, but we were much the better side, and Croatia nick a goal. I was thinking, oh my gosh. But then we turned it around to win 2-1. You remember when Kane scored? And now, oh no, was it Link? Yeah, no, it was Kane, I think. Yeah, it was Kane who scored. But yeah, it was an unbelievable moment, and I'm hoping it will be a similar game to that, because it'll be incredible to see it come back. Especially, it'll be thrilling. Here come Russia, but no one's in the box. Yeah, you are Poe and you didn't know. I was going to say, that's normally my saying. You feel bad for Switzerland for not winning again, in opinion they're much better and deserve to win the game. Yes, I do agree Switzerland were much better, but at the same time, they didn't take their chances. I think, what's his name, Severovic? Yeah, he had 3 big chances he should have taken, and it could be painful for Switzerland, knowing that if they had taken at least a couple of their chances, it would have put them in a great position. I feel more happy for Wales, because I thought Wales were being real shown up at the moment, actually, and I thought I was, being a bit scared for Wales, but they fought back to be there. They showed, in that final 25 minutes of the game, they showed fight, and they did really well to get back into this. And naturally, from the momentum that Wales had, they were eventually going to create chances, and eventually they took them, and they did exactly that with Kiefer Moore's goal. But either way, Switzerland were much better. But what they need to do now is be clinical when they play the likes of Turkey and Italy. Okay, Benjamin Bloom streaming this. I think Matt may be streaming as well. Oh, of course, Mr. Football is streaming this. Craig and Kev are doing this one. And see, that's with Mark Goldrich. He's got the sources to get other people to do the streams. I wish I had that. It would give me a break for once. But yeah, it's absolutely unbelievable. Oh, right. It's a free kick to Belgium. Right, hang on. I'm just watching something quickly. Well, I don't know what I'm singing. I'm getting bored. That's why. Well, I don't know. I shouldn't be bored, really, of my own stream. Watching a game of football here. We've got 9 minutes of this half being played, and it's been pretty predictable at the moment. Russia being a better team, but unfortunately, they've just not had the final ball. Brilliant block, and Courtois will collect. But if you may see where I'm coming from when it comes to viewership and likes and all of that, it's just all taken a massive drop, and it's come so suddenly, and I just don't know what's gone wrong. I don't know what's happened. But I think it's been Euro stuff, Lukaku, it's been blocked. When I did the Brentford and Swansea playoff final, that stream was unbelievable. I was getting new viewers everywhere. It was doing unbelievably well. It hit 1,000 views, and it was incredible. But since then, it's really deteriorated. I don't know what happened to it. And you only feel helpless when you feel like you've done what you can to try and stop the rot, but the rot's still there. I was losing subs constantly. Oof. I tell you what, Russia doing all right in this half, to be fair. Russia were very lackluster in the first half, but Russia have shown a little bit about them in this half at the moment. They've definitely had a bit more of the ball, I'd say. And I would even go and say has outpassed and outclassed Belgium a bit, but they've just not been able to create chances. How do I think will all the games end tomorrow? England, I think, will win. Scotland's playing tomorrow, aren't they? I think, no, Scotland are playing Monday. Then it's the Group C games, aren't there? So we'll have Netherlands and Ukraine. I think that would be a Netherlands win. And the other one is Austria, North Macedonia. I think a draw for that one. But could be a 1-0 North Macedonia win. You know, it would be unbelievable if that was the case. Obviously, with them being my other sweepstake team with Wales. You know, to be unbeaten in my sweepstake will be unbelievable at the moment. I'm so sorry. I really am. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. Right, it's a throw-in for Belgium. Russia again with the ball. Please like and subscribe if you're new around here. It'll be terrifically appreciated. Why is Blues trending on Twitter? Oh, it may be Everton with Nuno. That's probably, yeah. Oh, of course, Lineker is trending. Oh, I think it was Cheryshev who was charging forward here. But Belgium defend quite well. Russia still with the ball. Not many options for Russia. Russia giving this game a good go, to be fair. I think Belgium is supposed to be the top-ranked team as well. Cross is not good enough. And Russia still have it. I think that's a corner for Russia. Hour and a half down on this stream, blimey. It's not felt like that at all. What I need to do, I need to try and find a way to get a headset from my TV so I can actually hear what the commentators are saying whilst I'm talking to you guys. I don't think there's a headphone hijack system. If there was, I would immediately deal with that. In fact, the headphones I use are Bluetooth. But I don't know if my TV is Bluetooth connected. Do you think Sweden will go to the knockout stage? Well, I originally predicted in my tournament that they'd actually finish last. But seeing them recently, they have a chance. Alexander Isak could be the player that they need. This was the same stadium that England got knocked out in the World Cup in. Oh, yeah, in St. Petersburg. Yeah, I thought so. I mean, it's in Russia, actually. So, you know, technically Russia have home advantage. But Belgium, you know, despite that, you know, are still playing very, very well. Yeah, great stat, actually. You know, I was thinking a Russia stadium, England would have played in it quite recently in a top European stage. Turned out to be the one we got knocked out in. So that's a coincidence if we ever saw one. Right, one more Lukaku goal would do me nicely for my fantasy. Is there a free kick for Belgium? No, I don't know. There's no free kick. That's surprising. Because I thought Lukaku was being pulled down there. Thanks to the 4 of you watching the stream. I do appreciate everyone who spends their time watching my stuff. If you haven't liked the stream, please do like the stream and please subscribe if you haven't. That does tremendously help the channel as well. We have 15 minutes in the second half. 30 minutes for Russia to try and get something. Oh, good defending by Russia there. It's been pretty much all Russia in the second half, actually. But Belgium now starting to try and gain this control again. Man, I mean, I think when streams and, you know, when I don't do well, I'm just already looking, you know, is it me? Is it the background? Because I'm already seeing, you know, can I get rid of that stupid light at the back? I don't know. I'm just in the really difficult stage when it comes to my channel at the moment. I really am, to be honest. So, that's all it is. I'm so looking forward to the England-Scotland game, even though you're Swedish. You're Swedish, fair enough. I mean, I enjoyed Sweden play their football. I actually think they play some nice stuff. You know, they won a group with Germany in it, and that was quite unbelievable by them, wasn't it? And with Mexico as well. So Sweden did well to win the group. They made it to the quarters as well. They're a great side to watch, Sweden. England-Scotland is very exciting. Us English won't hear the end of it if Scotland get a result against us. So I'd say out of all the must-win games, that one for England is the most must-win game we can potentially have. It's a Belgian throw. Belgium now starting to get some control. In fact, before I have another moan, let's go to capture and see what's going on. Right, we don't need to look at Dream Team now. Let's go to the stats. So 2-0 still, no goals. Look at this here. So as you see, I did say Russia looked much better. They have had a better momentum, but as you notice, the lines are not as elongated as those ones, and of course not as elongated as Belgium's ones. That's because, excuse me, they've not really been able to test Courtois too much. So that's been a big issue. And they've just not created enough chances. They're definitely having a lot more of the ball. They need to create chances, and they're not doing so. And Russia need a goal now if they want to get back into this. So overall, still 63-37. Let's look at the second half stats. 52-48, so much closer. I actually thought Russia would have more possession, but it looks like Belgium just edge it. Good defending by Russia there. Belgium only one shot. Russia have had two. So Russia have been asking more questions, but just not being able to create chances. And it looks like Zuba is on the floor in pain. That's not looking good for him. And passes been very, very close as well. But if you look at it overall, you know, Belgium's the team's been doing all the work, hasn't it? Look, 488 to 275. Because of Russia's spell, they've actually managed to not have half of Belgium's passes now. In terms of chances to go, 8 shots to 4, so doubling in that. Only 1 shot on target, which was headed, which was a header, I think, which was well saved by Courtois. Shots on target, 2 blocked shots. Look, 3 shots on target as well. 2 of them being goals as well, you know. And I will say Belgium should have scored a couple more goals as well. Belgium should have had the game wrapped up by the first half. Corner kicks 1-3. I mean, 2-0 might just be what they need because Russia don't look like scoring. And last time I said that, the opposing team scores, so maybe I may have gifted Russia a goal there, but we'll soon find out. God, I didn't know if the Russia manager's name was this. Stanislav Cherchesov. What a name that is. Let's go back to here. Reckon we'll get to round 16, but get knocked out by Belgium. Okay. I reckon you're getting a group as one of the best third-place teams. Yeah, that's not a bad shout. I think when I did Ben's prediction league, that's where I put Sweden down. I think I put them down in third place because I think I had a change of heart for them. Man, when your videos aren't doing well and your streams aren't doing well, you just question everything. And that's the stage that I've gotten to myself. I've just questioned absolutely everything, whether it's my graphics, me, popularity, background, you know, that can be improved. You know, there's a great beaming light in the way. I've not got a background, you know, I wish I did, but unfortunately, I'm not skilled enough for that. You think that could happen and we're in second place because Poland have been really bad recently? Well, we'll find out about Poland because we haven't seen Poland play their international matches. Lewandowski could be the player who can save them, but Lewandowski in these tournaments recently has not turned up. Lewandowski, in the back of his mind, if he has a good tournament with Poland, could win Ballon d'Or. He needs to step up what he has done, well, more so than what he's done in previous tournaments. So that is what he needs to do. But whether that will happen, it's difficult to know, to say the least. I think I need to go to bed and try and sleep this off. Because deep down, I've been really struggling this week, but I think a moment like that has really just made it much more difficult to hide. And I think for the fact I've streamed so much, well, really soon after that as well, and I've not really had a time to recover, I don't think it's helped either. I mean, the thing is, I think Sweden have got a lot of young talent, so I don't think they really need Ibra, to be honest with you. I think Isaac could be a good player for attacking player for Sweden, but yeah, it'll be an interesting contest. Very interesting contest, to say the least. By the way, if any of you have not joined my Discord server, it is the second link in the description down below. And it's had a bit of an upgrade recently, and I can only thank all of you guys for making that happen. So cheers to all of you for that. If France win Euros, Kanté will win Ballon d'Or, is in the FA Cup final, Champions League 1 Euros. That would make me really beam with happiness as a Chelsea fan, and I think he deserves it, really. But the only issue is you don't normally see players in that position get Ballon d'Ors. You'd almost argue Modric getting it, you know, is a player in his position, but he's more of an attacking midfielder. If France win the Euros, Kanté... Yeah, sorry. I saw that comment already. I don't know what it is, guys. I'm just feeling really down today. Really, yeah. But thank you guys for tuning into the stream, by the way, and I've been able to listen to all my moans and still offer your support. I truly appreciate that. If you could like the stream, if you haven't done, it does tremendously help. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. It does help the channel as well. Russia going to the Belgium's half, but Courtois collects again. Their final ball's just not been at it, Russia. You know, they can pass the ball quite well, but when it gets to the defence, they panic. They really do. Here comes Lukaku now for Belgium. He's got a couple of players on him. He could get an assist here. No, poor in the final ball for Belgium here. Thinking maybe Torgan Azadou actually gave it away. Alderweireld does well. And it's a throw-in to Belgium. Right, we have got 21 minutes left of this game. So Belgium, well, I say Belgium, if they can hold on to this scoreline to the 80th minute, I think they'll be fine. Russia typically need to score a goal around 75th minute if they want to have a chance to get something from this game, in my opinion. They're having a good spell, and he's offside. Yeah. Russia have just fallen into Belgium's trap. You know, they've been caught offside astray many times, and their final ball's just not been on it. It's either been too strong, it's just not been accurate, and just they've had to play their game quickly, which is probably at a speed they're not used to. But that's just Belgium being a fitter and just more quality and more organised team. There's not much you can do in that situation there. It's like putting Swindon against Brentford. You know, naturally, you know, Brentford can really outplay them and play them off the park. And then Swindon can only do as well just to try and do their football, but likely it's not going to be at the same quality. So that's what I'm seeing here. Belgium are barely playing out second gear now. Because they've got their 2-goal advantage, they can really sit back. I think if they hadn't scored their second goal, I think we would see Belgium attack a lot more. It looks like Eden Hazard's going on to get a couple of minutes. And he'll be on, I believe... Who's that coming off? Who's Hazard going on for? What's the referee doing here? What's he talking to Martinez about? Mertens is off. Did I not say that Hazard could go on for either Lukaku or Mertens? I swear I can call all of this. Now, it looks like... is that Vertonghen injured? It may be. It's not good if that is him. Oh, bit of a shove there. Who is that getting treatment right now? It may not be him, by the way. Right, Hazard is on for Mertens, which I did correctly call, actually. And I think that's the only sub they've made. I believe. Yeah, that may be the only sub. It was either Vertonghen or Alderweireld getting treatment, but I think they've recovered now. Yeah, I think they've recovered. Churcheshev, who was subbed on, is now being subbed off for Mirankuc, quite amazingly. Yeah, it is Vertonghen who was down. I thought so. Thanks for tuning in. Belgium clear again. I tell you what, it's just Russia will keep trying. They will keep trying, but their final ball is what's really poor. You think Netherlands will flop in the tournament? I also think England aren't going to play that well, but maybe reach the semis. It depends who England get, and with Netherlands, they've got a good enough squad, but I'm not too sure on Frank de Boer. To be honest, you know, apparently, you know, they make it to a semi-final, according to my tournament predictor, but that could all change at the moment. You know, I predict Denmark to be in a quarter-final, and right now, it's very unlikely they may even get out the groups, so, you know, it can all change. You know, this is not a foregone conclusion, of course, but God, the first 2 days of the Euro 2020 tournament has uncovered so much. Here come Belgium now. Here's Carrasco, but it's well defended. And that's a throw into Belgium, and they'll take their sweet time with that. Belgium's just looking so comfortable. They're so good. And even if they can take a step back, you know, defending-wise, they've been so good. And I don't associate Belgium a team that has to defend too much. But to be fair, I think the quality from Russia's just not been there. They've barely had to work hard, Belgium, to defend those chances as well. Do you think Turkey will play better? Well, in my prediction's sake, I hope so. But unfortunately, I don't think so. What I saw yesterday is a team not full of confidence at all. What a tackle. Here come Russia. One goal could change everything. Yeah, but have you got Courtois on the bench, though? Unless you've got bench boost on, which I guess is good. You know, how could you have... You see, the problem with fantasy, it doesn't update the scores until the match days are over. We can look how everyone's doing afterwards, after the game's ended, but it won't update the leaderboard until, like, much later on. Here come Russia. Oh, what a good bit of play there. But brilliant defending, I think, by Dene, actually. I think he defended that. Or is it him? Oh, no, actually, no. My mistake. It's not Dene. It's Boyata. Brilliant defending by him. Got a very crucial tackle there. I think, it was Golovin, actually, who was running forward with a load of skill. who I did say he was going to be one of the more important players for Russia in this tournament. But yeah, brilliant tackle by Boyata, terrific tackle. Turkey will beat Wales and get a draw against Switzerland, and that would be 4 points. That would depend on how Switzerland and Wales do. I don't think they do count. I think the way it works is that if you have bench boost on, the points apply. I don't know, but because you can't have two goalkeepers on the pitch, I don't know how they're going to do it. But I'm annoyed because I had Hideki on the bench and I had Schmeichel in goal. So I had the wrong goalkeeper on the bench, unfortunately. But I wouldn't have able to have called that horror show that we saw today. I mean, I don't know if it does count. I don't know if that's the rules. If it is the rules, then that's a big bargain for you. Would even be better, say, if you've got the option to pick which player the points count towards. Oh, sorry, but you just see a bit of knee there. I just have to move my knee. It does get uncomfortable when you sit in the same spot for an hour and 48 minutes. Vermaelen is on. I didn't expect Thomas Vermaelen to be on. Who remembers when he was in Arsenal and Barcelona? Those were the days. That'll be a free kick. And it looks like it was Hazard who was fouled. I'm a little bit surprised that Hazard's playing, to be honest with you. I thought he had an injury. But clearly he has recovered enough to play a little bit of this game. I'll have to see after the weekend's games. Yeah, well, we'll see. And the issue is with fantasy, it doesn't update until like the very, very end of the day. So we can look how everyone's doing after the match, but it won't update the leaderboard. Well, if it is how it works, then you're incredibly fortunate, because I don't think I'm going to have that fortune. Oh, that looks quite painful. But Hazard's got the ball now. Too heavy there. Oh, no. How on... Oh, I was going to say, Torgan Hazard, if he kept that on the pitch, that would have been unbelievable. The two brothers linking up there. Unfortunately, they didn't actually link up too well. Do I see ping pong on my profile? God, that's a comment I didn't think I'd read out. I think just about, yeah. Here's Lukaku. Oh. Tielemans. Belgium now ending the game quite strong here. God, out of all the comments I was going to say, don't think I was even going to read that one out. Belgium doing exactly what they need to do now, just stopping Russia from getting into their half, because there was a stage where Russia looked like that they were going to try to dictate the game, but Belgium have defended very, very well. That tackle from Boyata would actually, I think, go down as being a game-winning tackle. In fact, let's go to capture now and see what's going on. So, Belgium 2-0. Very even if it goes to the attack momentum. It goes a bit for Russia, a bit for Belgium, then a bit for Russia again. Prate is on for Carrasco. I did say Prate would go on, but I thought it'd be Dendonka going off, not for Carrasco. That's a bit bizarre. Didn't think Vermaelen would go on, but I did think Vertonghen would go off at some stage of the game. 66-34. You can't see because my stupid picture's in the way. 8-4 shots, 3-1. 3-2 and 2-1. Corner kicks 2-3. Pretty close in that sense, actually. 613 to 311. Belgium almost doubling the amount of passes that Russia have made. Accurate passes 547, 89% to 74%. Look at that difference there. 15% difference. And that's been a big difference in this game, in my opinion. Long balls. Now Belgium have had more long balls, apparently. And more crosses, successful crosses at least from Russia's part. 8 interceptions to 7, 14 clearances to 11. It's been a good performance by Belgium, but I don't think they needed to be at their best. I don't think Russia have done enough. I was so amazed when I heard about the Kiefer Moore story. What do you mean about the Kiefer Moore story? Have you guys seen my tweet about Kiefer Moore's goal, by the way? Here's your friend that likes to play ping pong. I tell you what, that's made me think of beer pong, which is something I probably will be playing tomorrow. Oh, I'm gonna get absolutely levered, but I hope you guys can accept. I just need a day off. You know, I've been working so hard. I have. It's been tough to keep on track, but it's good to actually breathe and to take my time with things. Right, we've only got 9 minutes left of this game. Still 2-0. I need one Russia goal for me to get a correct score. That's annoying because I knew when I made my recording I was going to say 2-0 Belgium, but I thought, no, Russia, Golovin, Cheryshev, Zuba, they can get goals, but nah, right now they're looking as likely as me scoring on a nightclub right now. Here's Mounier with the cross, well defended, and it will be a throw into Belgium. Gosh, I hope not too many viewers are there hearing me say that. Alderweireld now. Here's Vermaelen, who I didn't think was playing, but he would be playing. Back to Courtois, who's really had nothing to do in this game. Russia win the ball back a bit more, but just being poor in trying to keep it. We're still on 12 likes, guys. If you haven't liked the stream, please do so. Russia have got a free kick in a somewhat dangerous position here. You know, we could see something happen here. If Russia score now, it'll be tense for Belgium, but I think it'll be a bit too little too late for Russia for me. We're going to watch this free kick getting taken here. Oh, it's well defended. Okay. He's Golovin. Crossing is poor. And it's now a corner. Commentator said Kiefer Moore played non-league football for 5 years ago, and that made me really amazed. Yeah, bit similar to a Jamie Vardy story, you could argue. Unbelievable. He started out, I think, at Barnsley, and then Wigan, and then obviously stepping up to the plate at Cardiff, and he's done incredibly well. Corner to Russia. Belgium clear. Yeah, Russia just not looking like that same team in 2018. They just don't look the same anymore. Some of those players have gone older. Some of these players have moved on. And, yeah, free kick to Belgium. I thought so. Oof. You won't want to mess with that guy. Cody FM, welcome to the stream. I don't know if you... did you turn up later, earlier in the stream? I don't know. I can't remember if you did or not. But your boy's gone a little bit emotional. I let out a couple of tears at the start of the stream talking about Christian Eriksen. And it very eloquently got me to talk about my own situation and things not going so smoothly at the moment. But amazingly, I'm seeing friends for the first time in 2 months for what has been a very, very lonely couple of months for me. Thoughts with Eriksen. I mean, you're going to have to see the beginning of the stream because, oh my gosh, I mean, I don't really want to try and repeat it because I'll get emotional again, but I shouldn't have been able to see what I've been able to see. Honestly, scary, just shocking. All of that gave me flashbacks to Fabrice Muamba. Some of you may have been really young when that happened. I was 10 when that happened. Some of you, may not even have started school when that happened. But I was you could argue, getting to a mature stage at that time. And yeah, it did give me those flashbacks. And I'm amazed he's awake, and I can only pray for him to have a speedy recovery. That's all I can say now. But I've said everything that I needed to say right in the beginning of the stream. But also, it just very appropriately, I felt, got me to the point of what people were asking me for was why I turned my subscribers off and all of that. And yeah, that was difficult for me to share as well. But, you know, life's too short. And, you know, if you keep things to yourself, you know, people are never going to know. Sorry, a fly was at my face. So annoying. But, yeah. God, I completely agree. Thank God he's alive indeed. Indeed. You know, there would have been not a chance. Well, it would have been unbelievable, for me, you know, if I was in this position, knowing that, you know, if I'd not said anything to my family beforehand, you know, his wife or whatever, you know, it would have been incredibly shocking and sad and really just heartbreaking if, obviously, he did pass out. Because for a moment, he was dead. But the medical team did unbelievably well to take him, get him back to life. And hopefully he'll recover. You know, he could be in the hospital for weeks. But, you know, we should be grateful that he's back alive. But to go over what's been going through with the channel lately, it's been really difficult. You know, the viewership has gone down. The likes have gone down. The dislikes have crept up. And just, it's been so difficult. It's been really difficult for me, and subscribers have been ticking down as well. And I had a really bad addiction of me over-checking my subscribers, so I took the personal decision to turn them off. So now you guys can find out by just looking at my feed and looking at Social Blade. That's the way you guys can find out now. Yeah, I know. I think what was difficult on my end was that there were a couple of streams when it was really, really... Oh, Lukaku! He's just scored his second, and it's game over for Russia. Wow. Hang on a minute. Just let me change this before I forget. So it's 3-0, and I think that will be the final score. And Lukaku with his second goal of the game. Brilliant pass, actually. Who did that pass? What an unbelievable pass. I can't... Oh, it won't show me who it was. I want to find out who... Well, I will talk about your point in a minute, Cody, but I want to find out who assisted that, because that was an unbelievable pass, whoever that was. They won't show me who did that pass. Ugh. That's irritating. Lukaku having a brilliant tournament right now. That's already 2 goals for him. Brilliant start on his part. Yeah, I need to actually change the... No, not that. I need to actually change this. When did Lukaku score? Was it the 88th minute? Right. 88th minute. Romelu Lukaku. 88th minute. There we go. Yeah, he really is, and I can see why we linked with him, but unfortunately I don't think we're going to get him now. But this is what Chelsea are missing, a goal scorer, and Lukaku's that. But yeah, going back to what I said about my streams, it's just, there was a point, you know, a couple of weeks ago where it did so well. Remember the Brentford-Swansea playoff final where I attracted 37 likes, over 30 different viewers, and... just, honestly, that was incredible. Callum Sharp, hi Alex, pray Christian, is so sad. I mean, you need to see the intro to my stream, because your boy was shedding a couple of tears, and I made a tribute fitted for Ericsson for that. But it's unbelievable knowing he's awake and he's fine. So, unbelievable, you know, that he's found the strength to do that. It was Mounier who did that pass, by the way. Unbelievable pass by him. But... yeah, I'm glad for him he's awake. You came to that stream. Yeah, I actually think... Was that the first time you saw my stream as well? Yeah, I think it was your first time as well. And the thing is, it was a lot of people's first times as well. And unfortunately, you know, most of those people with those first times have not seen me again. And probably even a good number of them have already unsubscribed from my channel because my channel's gone on a pretty rapid decline. You know, it got to 550. Ooh, close. Free kick from mid-crank. But it's poor, high and wide of the goal. Yeah, I tell you what, you know, despite me having Hideki on the bench, which was a big blow, I captained Lukaku, which was a brilliant decision by me. But yeah, it was a lot of people's first streams, and unfortunately, you know, they've not started with me since, and it's been that trend, and since then, you know, it's been declining. Likes have gone down, dislikes have crept up. If you saw my videos, there's been a load more people not liking my stuff. Whether it's because it's the Euros, I don't know, but I have to make, you know, make content that's relevant. And unfortunately, you know, when all those things happens, I do take it to heart because it's feedback in the end of the day. And the thing is, I've got a job now as well. You know, I'm finally starting to make a living of my life. I've never earned a dime anywhere. You know, YouTube will now be something that I do on the side. But what I hope for, you know, if YouTube does get successful enough, I say if, you know, well, if I were to be very optimistic, I'll say when it becomes successful, but I'll say if it becomes successful, and by that I mean 1,000 subs, I can eventually make money from that as well. But unfortunately, you know, it takes a lot of my day, and I think that's the full-time whistle for this game. So that's the full-time whistle, and 3-0 to Belgium is the full-time score. You did stay loyal. I truly appreciate that, Cody, by the way. I really, really do. Right, before we end the stream, I'm going to check fantasy. In fact, I'll show you guys some stats as well. Yeah, I'm almost tempted to turn that off, really, you know, along with the subscribers. Yeah, I know. It's just, I don't know, to be honest with you, because you do have a ratio when you try and stick to things like that. And you would hope in my standard I can get to 97, 98%. The people in that market, in my competition, will have a dislike or like ratio to 98%. Unfortunately, recently, it's been creeping down to 90 to 85%, which is not great. Oh, God. I like how you said, look where Bieber is now. I am no way in that sort of trend. But, oh, I guess that's one example you can look at it. But, first game I saw your channel was Brentford Swansea. Since then, I loved your videos. Keep it up. Thank you so much. It seems a lot of you have come from your first video was from that Brentford Swansea game, unbelievably. Let's go to capture. Thank you, Callum, for that. I truly appreciate it. Right. 3-0 was the full-time score in this game. Only one goal in the second half, which was from Lukaku. Look at this. So, you notice from the momentum here, Russia tried to creep into the game. But look at the contrast of, like, the elongated lines. Russia barely had any because they just couldn't create chances. Their final ball was off, but Belgium also defended well as well. Boyata, I think, deserves a shout-out as well. He was absolutely brilliant. Look at this heat map here. Absolutely everywhere around the pitch. Then, obviously, Lukaku with 2 goals. Meunier with a brilliant pass to his second goal. First goal by Lukaku. I didn't get to see it because I was watching the Denmark and Finland game, but I turned over as he was celebrating. Meunier with the second goal, where he just came on for an awful collision between Castagna and I think it was Kuziev, who both clashed together. Meunier went on for Castagna and he scored within the first 10 minutes. And then Russia tried to keep more of the ball. They had to make a triple substitution, but it didn't really work out for them. Stats overall, 66 to 34% possession, 9 to 5. All the way to make a living. 4 shots on target to Belgium, only 1 for Russia overall. 3 shots off target for each. 4 to 2 when it goes to corner kicks. So Russia definitely had their threat more going out wide, but they didn't have too much success at that. Big chances, Belgium had 3, and yeah, 2 of them came from the first half. One of them, well, definitely one of them, I think, Then Donk had one where he should have taken one, and I think maybe it would have been... Who would have it been? Maybe it would have been Carrasco or Dries Mertens who should have taken the other one. 23 tackles for Russia, so they did all right, and clearances as well. But look at that, 14 clearances for Belgium. You know, they got their bodies in the way when they needed to, Belgium. And Russia, whilst they did that, they only made one more clearance, where Belgium were definitely more attacking. So it says a lot about their different defences. And before we end this, let's actually look at the Fantasy League. Can I refresh this, and would it update the leaderboard? It won't. So, Mr. Football will be on 27 points because Hideki does count, I think. No, actually, wait. 12 and 27. Courtois and Meunier will count for 27 at the moment. God, yeah. Courtois got a clean sheet, and then Meunier with... a goal, so he's got 15 points. Dene was second. I don't think that's changed at the moment. I don't think that's actually changed. I don't know if that counts because it's got the cross by it. But if the 13 points are included, that would put him on 40 points, which would be unbelievable. Then you'd have me and Creeper Boy 011. But look at that, 30 points I've now got because Lukaku has saved my team. Poor Denmark, you know, they got 4 of my points, but probably should have been more if they didn't have that awful situation with Ericsson. Bonucci gave me 6 points last night by keeping a clean sheet for Italy. But look at this. Hideki was on the bench for me. I could have got, if I swapped him out, I could have had 41 points at this stage, which would have been unbelievable. Points calculation in progress, apparently. Let's go to Creeper Boy. He's got 14 at the moment. So 2, 6, and 6 there. Okay, so a lot of it from Donnarumma and Alderweireld, and then Ramsey getting an extra bit of 2. That's a bit harsh in my opinion for Ramsey only to get 2. Football Pad, it's got 33. I think that's more than me by 2. Because he's captain Lukaku as well, which is clever on his part. 5 points there. 2, Dene gained 0, but Donnarumma gained 6. So, Football Pad just overtaken me there. Brownie Boy's got 23. He's got Lukaku, but he's captain Kane instead. And that was what I was going to do. But I changed last minute to captain Lukaku, which may turn out to be a great decision. The other 13 points come from Bonucci, Donnarumma, and Chiesa. Chiesa was the substitute that got on, so he's a bit unlucky on that. And I've looked at Brownie Boys already. Let's look at Rudy's one. Dene, again, a lot of people having Dene on the pitch, which is interesting. Oh, I don't know. Have I already looked at that? No, this is different. Kier there, Lukaku with Insigne, Berardi. Okay, some pretty good picks there. And then George Orva, who was first, is now no longer first because he did have 3 Italian players. But right now, he doesn't have anyone who played today, so he will drop down the table. But yeah, this is really, really tough. And for once, I'm actually doing quite well in a competition. So I am pleasantly surprised with that. Before I do end, I forgot to check. Let's actually look at what the table's looking like. So, Group B now. Look at this. We've got Belgium first, Finland second, which is unbelievable. Then we've got Denmark and then Russia over there. That is what the current table looks like for Group B. Will Austria win the Euro, says hello. I'm not sure they will, but they could have a chance to get out of their group, I would say. Come on, England for tomorrow. I agree. I'll be with friends. I'll probably be drunk as well, but we'll all be celebrating as football fans. Can your dad join it? I mean, if he wants to, he can join via the link in the description. It is the top link in the description. You know, anyone can play. You know, it shouldn't matter what age you are. You know, I'm not that one that has that discriminatory vibe. Right. I think that wraps it up for the stream. So Lukaku with twice goal scorer and Meunier scoring in between that. Thank you guys for tuning into this stream. If you guys enjoyed it, please give the stream a like. It does tremendously help the channel. Please subscribe if you haven't done. If you wanted to check how many subscribers I have got, you can check via Social Blade, but I don't want to find out. I'm going to turn my subscribers back on my birthday. And that will be the moment of truth whether I continue this or I don't. But it's down to you guys to really give the channel a push, to give me enough faith and confidence in myself that I can carry on with this. You'll be at the pub after your game tomorrow. Fair enough. Yeah, I think I'll be at the pub at the end of it. I'll start off drinking. I think I'll be doing pre-drinks, and then yeah, I'll be going through to the pubs. So yeah, I'll be doing that. So yeah, please like, subscribe if you haven't done that. Please share this channel. More importantly, I think that's the most important thing. Please share this channel to as many people as you can, as many accounts, as many influencers as you can get. All of that would really, really help the growth of this channel. I won't be streaming tomorrow, but I would very likely be streaming Monday, and I will be making a video reacting to the England game as well. So that wraps it up. Thank you, guys. When's my birthday? Sorry, I'll quickly answer this before I do leave. My birthday's on the 1st of September, so 80 days time. And what target I'd realistically want to see, you know, 600 at least, 650. You know, me pushing to 700, I say, would be a good target and a good indication for me that I can keep this going. If I'm below 600 still at that time, then I'll suggest to me that I need to stop. But you know, I don't want to stop. You know, I love you guys, so want to keep this going as long as I can. But thank you so much, guys, for watching. Yeah, I will see you guys on Monday, and I will inevitably get drunk tomorrow. I hope all of you guys enjoy watching England. You know, come on, you England. We'll get the win against Croatia. I've got a feeling in my bones, and we'll start singing It's Coming Home, and we'll feel like we're on top of the world again, because that's the best feeling you can get. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are legendary for studying the end of this stream. And as always, take care, everyone. And I'll see you guys very, very